The Texas Supreme Court ruled she did not qualify for a medical exception to the state's near-total abortion ban.
Jimmy, John, and Jane, 3 Texas Supreme Court justices. Yeah, really.
Jimmy, John, and Jane told a mother of 2 she couldn't get the health care she needed. The health care that could save her ability to have children in the future.
Yeah, Jimmy, John, and Jane denied the health care her doctor said could save her life.
Because Jimmy, John, and Jane didn't think she was close enough to losing her life and fertility.
That's a new ad by Find Out PAC, a group working to unseat 3 Texas Supreme Court justices who voted to uphold the state's strict ban on abortion health care. This morning, one Texas father is partnering with the PAC ahead of Father's Day, calling on all dads to join the fight for women's reproductive rights, saying the stakes are too high to stay silent, and he would know. Ryan Hamilton, a Texas radio host, recently went public about the nightmare, the ordeal he and his wife faced after doctors told them last month that the baby she was carrying had no fetal heartbeat. At the same time, she was more than 3 months into the pregnancy with their second child. Ryan says his wife was denied proper medical care and nearly died due to the current abortion health care ban in Texas. That ban restricts all abortion procedures after 6 weeks of pregnancy before most women even know they're pregnant. Ryan described how his wife was sent home from the hospital 3 times and the horror of finding her bloody and unconscious on the bathroom floor. His wife ultimately miscarried. And Ryan joins us now, along with the founder of Find Out PAC, Gina Ortiz-Jones. She's also former Undersecretary of the U.S. Air Force and an Iraq war veteran. So we welcome you back to the show, Gina. Thank you. Ryan, I'm so sorry about what your family has been through. And I understand it continues with negative reaction you've gotten from the public after sharing your gut-wrenching and horrifying story. What's happening?
Yeah, the last thing we ever expected was to go through what we've been through, for my wife to lose the baby and then face blowback on the internet. It's just not something you take into consideration. We were just trying to share with the people that keep up with us and our life together. And never expected it to go as big as it has gone. It's an insane level of hate and just kind of ignorance from these people that are saying they're conservative Christians, but in our experience so far, there has been nothing conservative or Christian about the way that they're acting. It's really, really terrible.
You know, what makes it more terrible, if that's possible, is the case of what your wife went through, what your family has endured, is exactly the example why abortion is health care. That you need
Agreed.
These procedures to save a woman's life, especially when a fetus has no heartbeat. You don't let her bleed out in her house, sterilize her, and hope that she survives when you have the ability medically to save her life with abortion health care. Abortion health care. Abortion is health care. And they don't want to admit it. And they hide behind religion. Let me tell you, that religion does not stand up for what they're saying. That's a whole nother segment. But I have to say, the lie is deep. The lie is deep that you're hearing from the Christians in your life or the Christians on the internet. Gina, tell me about the PAC, because I have noticed, I love this outreach to fathers. I have noticed in the past few years that men are becoming increasingly aware and supportive of this issue, and that they see clearly that abortion is health care. They understand that the women they love, whether it's their mothers, their sisters, their wives, if it's young men, need access to these options. So how are you reaching out to fathers, and how has the response been so far?
Well, Mika, good morning, and thank you for having us on. And, the courage of Ryan and the courage of folks like Amanda and Lauren, plaintiffs in the other case in which the Texas Supreme Court also ruled against them, shows why it's so important that we have a different bench. We are not going to have different outcomes in our state unless we have different judges on the Texas Supreme Court. And yes, men are also rightly recognizing that very simple fact. And certainly, this is not only an attack on a woman's reproductive freedom, but certainly, as Ryan has laid out, an attack on his family. And certainly the response that they have shown, an attack really on a woman's freedom, on a family's freedom to family plan, but also, the basic freedom that everyone in this country expects, which is the ability to listen to their doctor. These Texas Supreme Court justices are not doctors. They're partisan elected officials. And for them to say that they know more than Ryan's wife's doctor is outrageous. But again, we can fix that come November by flipping these 3 seats and putting our state on the right path. I think it's important to understand that, in Texas, we don't have a formal ballot initiative, but holding these 3 justices accountable for what they have done, for what that bench has done, and what they are very likely to do, Mika. I mean, there is nothing to suggest that the Texas Supreme Court, as partisan as they come, all 9 Republicans, would act in any way differently than the Alabama State Supreme Court, which has gone after IVF. And these folks, less than 2 years from the anniversary of the fall of Roe, they are already talking about going after birth control. And we know exactly where this Texas Supreme Court would land on that issue. They have shown themselves, they have shown the real threat that they pose to reproductive freedoms in this country. And I think what's also important, Mika, sometimes it's lost in this, is that Texas was a post-Roe state before Roe fell. Right. Texas writes the playbook for the rest of the country. We had a 6-week abortion ban, no exceptions for rape or incest, for almost a year before Roe fell. So it is really important what is happening in Texas based on what that bench allows, the Texas Supreme Court, because it doesn't only affect Texas, it affects the entire country. So www.findoutpac.com is where folks can go to learn more and to make a contribution.